Hello and welcome to the End-to-End Football Podcast. Your man like Sean, another live stream. Been a while. What are you saying?
All good, brother. All good.
Innit? Not in long, boy. Not in long. And then there was two.
Yep.
And then there was two, boy. Boy, huh? A lot has happened, didn't it?
Yep. A lot has happened.
A lot has happened, boy. Ollie, jobless. What you
Mate,
say?
that was written on the walls from a long time ago. The only people who didn't see it was the Man United pundits and some of the Man United fans. A few of them saw it because they're saying, "Yep, he needs to go." We
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
saw it. After the 5-0 from Liverpool, he should have been gone. I
yeah.
mean, if it was any other manager other than Solskjaer, he would have been gone after that game. But they gave him the benefit of the doubt, and what
Why?
did Ollie do? Ollie done Ollie and got smoked again.
By Watford of all teams, bro. Apparently bopped off the park as well.
Mate, it was terrible. If he should have been sacked at half time.
Innit? Just cut your losses, big man. Cut your bloody losses, bro. You know what I mean? But
he
like you
knew
said,
he was
man, he
gone.
should have gone after Liverpool, man. You know what I
100%.
mean? What was they holding on to? And then my man went on a holiday. That's the funny thing as well. He went on a holiday during the international break. Like, bruv, you just got clapped. You're on a losing streak. Things ain't going well, yeah. But now let me reward myself with a little break, innit? And come back. And you come back to get clouted 4-1.
I think that was just the break before he knew the inevitable was happening. But he probably didn't think he was going to bow out so bad.
Yeah, it's long. Can you imagine? And then now it's Michael Carrick. What are you saying?
Do you know what? I wish Carrick all the best. I hope he does well. But he laughing.
I say Carrick at the wheel, you know. Mad thing.
Yeah, I hope he does well. I hope they keep him. I hope he does spectacular and does what Ole done when he came and keep them up in the top four. And yeah, I hope it just carries on.
You know what? Yeah, this whole thing has been so funny, yeah, watching, and it just goes to show that Ollie is a drop in the ocean with the problems that them and they have, yeah, because you didn't sack him when you should have sacked him, yeah, because they would have got Conte,
Mm.
you know what I mean, quite easily at that point. They let that go. Then he eventually got to the point where it was like, okay, these results are getting a bit silly, yeah. But even then, after Watford, they said, oh no, we're gonna leave the decision to Joe Glazer. He's gonna make the final say. Like, what does he know about football? Do you know what I mean? Is you man that should be telling him, like, yo, this guy's no good, you know, we gotta get rid. Asking him to make the final say. He probably don't even know what the score was. That is,
What
do you know what I mean?
United play today?
Do you know what I mean? How is he making the final decision? It's just a mess, bro. It's an
you know,
absolute mess.
what he's done. He's just looked at the Premier League table and think, oh, they're not in the top four. Sack him. That's all he's done.
Do you know what I'm saying? Absolute madness, yeah. But it's just so funny, yeah. Because you know what, yeah? Me and G, we don't forget it. You know these man in it. Certain man, even on this pod, yeah, when we were talking about certain managers, it was, yeah, Pochettino, he's not a winner. Yeah, he's never won nothing. He ain't this, he ain't that. During this last week, 2 weeks now, all I've been hearing from their fans, nah, look what he done with Tottenham. Yeah. You know what I mean? He could come here and change stuff. We could be playing good football. Come on, man. Look what he done in Southampton. This, that, and the other. It's like they're just talking themselves into a man that they were dissing. All this time, they're saying, like, you know, other people were saying, you know what, yeah? What about Poch? Nah, he's not a winner. Then they were trying to come for my goal, Zizou. Zizou said, "Bun you, bro. Get out of here. I'm not coming to United." Drop me out. Do you know what I
Good.
mean? That Zizou pipe dream died so quickly. I love it. Absolutely love it. And then and now we land at Ragnick, whatever his name is. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a German football man, yes. I don't really know them man there, yeah. But it's funny to see what Wikipedia can do to fans, yeah, because everyone's an expert now. I've been hearing some outlandish stuff. Man are saying like, yo, he's he's the godfather to Klopp, to what's his name? The guy that's at Bayern now. Oh, I forget his name now, man. Whoever that guy that was at Leipzig is. Yeah, and another manager, all the German managers. I'm like, but he's at Lokomotiv Moscow, bro. Like, if he's that good, why is man stuck in Russia in the cold?
Say no more.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
if he was so good, he would have got that Bayern job ahead of that, like the Leipzig coach.
this is what I'm saying. And they're saying like they've got this whole thing where they're talking about how he's going to come in until the end of the season, then move upstairs. I'm like, this just sounds like some nonsense. What? He's going to come in, be a manager until the end of the season, and then move upstairs. And then we'll bring a manager, and then who's going to be making the footballing decisions? Then is it him now? What if that conflicts with whatever manager you've got? These men don't know what they're doing. You know?
To be honest, that's why I think they might keep Michael Carrick, because if you get someone of high stature, they ain't gonna come in and want to take answers from the next man above them. If you get someone, say like Zizou, if you was to get someone like Pep, Klopp, they ain't taking none of that. Oh yeah, I gotta answer that to that. No.
And imagine
So
he
you have to
comes
get.
in.
Hey,
Imagine he comes in and he was flopping, getting
hey,
slapped left, right, and center. And now he's gonna make the decision. Nah, drop me out. Drop me out. Do you know what I mean? There's so much wrong here with the club. Like in terms of the way it's run, no footballing people running the club. Yeah. And then there's also another thing which is going to take these United fans a while, but they're going to slowly realize that this squad is so overrated. You know how they always say this thing like, oh, with this squad, we should be this squad, we should be that. The squad ain't as good as they think, bro. There's so many overrated men. Do you know what I mean? There's no, what centre back in this whole squad can you rely on for the whole season?
Stam.
You know what I mean? You can't rely on any of the centre backs here. Varane ain't gonna play half the. You're gonna get half the games if you're lucky out of Varane, yeah.
But this is what I was saying to them in the
You know what I'm
beginning. And you don't know the type of defender you just signed. He's injury prone.
This is what
So
I'm saying.
you can celebrate all you want. I know what's gonna happen. You
Then
knew what's gonna happen.
we got this brother here, you know what I mean? Hand to the ear, idiot, you know what I mean? Yeah? Lindelof, the overrated Bailly. You go to the fullback situation, it's just a mess. You know what I mean? What's his name? Wan-Bissaka dropped me out. That Dalot, every time I see him play, he's getting twisted up by mediocre wingers. Same for Tellers. Yeah, he can put a good ball in, but he's defending. He's useless. So for me, that's the whole back four written off now. And we're talking about a good squad.
You got to laugh.
You know what I mean? We move into the midfield. Your best midfielder don't even want to be at the club. You know what I mean? And then you got two joke man in McFred. And whoever the other guy is. Do you know what I mean? It's an absolute mess. It's an absolute mess, man. It's an absolute mess. Do you know what I mean? We go up the pitch. You know, you got a bunch of inconsistent brothers that need to be unlocked.
Do you know what? I think with Ole gone, you might see the best of the front lot now, because I mean, Jordan Sancho. Look, Ole's gone. He's finally bagged his first goal in the Champions League. Kind of sums it up, really. I mean, you know, the guy's got talent. What Ole couldn't understand that, and then you see Van der Beek. He's been released from prison. He's actually playing. Ole deserved what he got, you know that. He really deserved what he got. Because you got some of the players there. I mean, it's not the best squad, but you got man in your team that should be playing, and you got them not even making it on the pitch. And you got Fred and McTominay every single game.
And that's a drop in the ocean. You got men that were being played that were injured, coming straight off injuries and going straight into the team. You know what I mean? That man, yeah, Ollie, died on the Maguire Hill.
No, 100%.
The whole world could see this brother is useless, yeah? You made him captain. You know what I mean? He cost you goals almost every game, yeah? He's at fault for at least 1 or 2 goals, right? And you carried on playing him. And what happened? He got you sacked.
He's the reason they lost.
You know what I'm saying? He got him sacked, yeah? You know what I mean? This Maguire thing, I don't know what he saw in Maguire. Honestly, absolutely,
You
he's
know,
embarrassing.
because he signed him, he was gonna play him until the wheels came off. The wheels have come off, and you're out of a job. And Maguire, I don't know what's gonna happen to him now.
Yeah,
Because
and they're like, oh yeah, he's left the place in a better place than what he was. What do you mean? Do you know what I mean? Wasn't it last season that we saw Rashford telling Maguire to f off?
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, your captain is not even respected.
boy, you should have never been captain anyway.
Yeah, joke team, man, joke team. But yeah, man, we'll see what this Ragnick. Oh, that's if it happens anyway, because like sometimes this thing, because they were talking a couple of days ago, like Poch was about to start tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So until stuff is actually confirmed, we'll see. Because Carrick can't even manage for more than 6 weeks because it's 6 weeks because he doesn't have the badges.
To be honest, I won't be surprised if Poch does come sooner rather than later. Because boy, the team that he's got at PSG, he hasn't got the kahunas to control that team.
No, at all. No, at all. But yeah, man. But just lastly on United, the Carrick, how does he not have his badges, bro? How long has he been there? Wasn't he in? Obviously, he was a backroom staff under Jose as well.
Yeah,
I think even from Van Gaal days.
I
You're telling
think
me
you're right. You know?
I think all those years you couldn't just go to do a course on the side. Or you were that busy.
Nah, he's just happy being in the back room stuff. He was just, one of them man just happy to be there.
Yeah, man. Mudded
You can
club, man.
tell.
Mudded club. You know what I mean? Mudded
He,
club.
you know what? To be honest, he probably had no plans to go into management just yet because he didn't want to end up like
Yeah, yeah.
Ole. First job gets sacked. Gary Neville, one job, never gone back into it. Roy Keane, permanent pundit now.
Must say
So
permanent pundit. Innit? just gets paid to look angry and that. Yeah, so mad. Absolutely mad. But yeah, man. No, but I hear what you're saying. The Poch situation at PSG is not. It's not really like we were saying before the stream. I mean, I can. Them man ain't listening to him.
no.
Do you know
The
what I
thing
mean?
is, if he tries to tell them anything, then man will laugh at him.
Yeah, man. But there's too much politics over there.
Oh,
Too much
100%.
politics there. And that Leonardo, whatever their sporting director, he seems to rub up people the wrong way as well. I mean, don't get along with a lot of the managers. Do you know what I mean? And I think they've got this thing where a manager does something, there's a little bit of beef with the player. The players jump over the manager, go to Leonardo, and Leonardo always backs the players. You know what I mean? It's just some joke situation.
The thing is, I think not Pep, Pochettino's in over his head there. Because at the end of the day, no matter how Messi plays, Messi's got to play.
Yeah, yeah. It's like
Very good
Ronaldo, isn't
player.
it?
Well, this is it. But the thing is, at least Ronaldo's scoring goals.
Yeah, that's peak.
At least he's doing that. I mean, I watched Messi play yesterday, and this is not it, big man. That is not it. He's walking around the pitch. He just looks out of place being in that team. Whereas when he was in Barca, this guy's doing the most. He
And
just
that's the
looks out
thing
of
as well.
place.
You even look at like the last couple of seasons at Barca, he almost felt because of the contract situation and the beef, whatever. Maybe this is why he's not really applying himself. Because even in Barca, yeah, he was, scoring against the silly teams every now and again. But a lot of times, like you said, he was walking around the pitch. You know what I mean? He might give you the odd through ball, but he wasn't really applying himself. And now he's gone over there to a new club, new country. And I think, wasn't it just this weekend that he scored his first league goal?
Yeah,
Which by Messi standards is wild. You know what I mean? Scoring your
this is
first
it.
league goal in November, Lionel Messi. That's you know what I mean? That's madness. And then you got like what, three or another two players that don't want to defend. Yeah, they ain't going far in the thing, man.
No, they're in problems.
They're not going far, man. As soon as they come out that group and meet Liverpool, Bayern, whatever, even Chelsea, any kind of decent team, they're out.
Well, even a United might give them a bit of problem.
Hey, battle of the freestyles, boy. You know what I mean? Battle of the freestyles, mad. But nah, it's all mad, man. Chelsea looking good, you know what I mean? They just wallop Juventus, but saying that though, Juventus, aren't they like mid-table this season or something?
You know what? Chelsea, no matter where they're playing, whether it's the Premiership, Champions League, They're just looking dominant in every way possible. They're looking
Yeah,
unstoppable right now.
it's a machine. And you know what? I always watch them, yeah. And I don't know if I'm hating, but it's like I'm never impressed, but I'm impressed. If that makes sense, yeah. Like, you know, it's like when I watch Man City or watch Liverpool, yeah, I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, this is football here. I watch Chelsea, I'm just like, okay, yeah, you're better than the other team, but it's not really impressing me. But it's like I have to be impressed with the consistency, man. These man are not letting any team or most teams that they should beat, they're beating. Do you know what I mean? They're not, especially in the Premier League right now. They ain't playing games, man. They're not playing games. You got to take them seriously at this point.
100%.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean? You got to
and
take
the
them
goals are
seriously.
coming from all over the pitch. I
You know,
mean,
Kante scoring goals nowadays. What's going
that's what I'm
on?
saying. Reece James is scoring for fun.
The guy
Big
always
loss
scores
in,
worldies.
I'm telling you. But they've got a big loss in Ben Chilwell, ACL injury.
Is it? Oh, mad
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, that's
that
peak.
happened
So what
yesterday.
now? So now what's up? Marcus Alonso. Like on paper, it's a downgrade, but in this Tuchel system, last season he kind of hid him in it. We never really saw him get exposed like he was against Lampard. Because against Lampard, he was getting
Left, right,
cooked
and centre.
differently, cooked differently. So we don't. Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? Tuchel seems to have a system that covers deficiencies, man. A lot of these players, they're on their way out, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they're still here now. So boy, it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, that's another impressive win. I mean, the boys we're talking about, Man United. I mean, I think Villarreal is just wasteful, man. You know what I mean? They should have, for all the possession they had, they just wasted so many chances. De Gea made a couple of good saves, and then once he got to like 70 minutes and he was still 0-0, I was like, yeah, United are gonna score, man. United are gonna score, they're gonna win this game at some point. And then who else, but the rat. You know what I mean? The greasy one himself, to slap one in the Champions League. That's what he seems to be doing. You know what I mean? Can't do it against Watford though, but you know what I mean, put him in a Champions League game. You know what I mean? It's like, he scored what every game now. I'm pretty sure he scored every game.
Yeah.
Every game in the Champions League. So yeah, man. He's inevitable. You know what I mean? He's
But
absolutely
watching them play, you can actually see them like passing it around. It's like with Oli, what was he telling these men to do, bro? Because
vibes, man.
they just look vulnerable anytime they had the ball. Like you were just there for the taking.
But it's
Like I
mad.
said,
You saw Sancho's probably best game. And that's not saying much because he hasn't really had many games, but this is the first time we've seen him properly start and play most of the game on the right, which is what they signed him for.
exactly.
Yeah. And then you signed him to play on the right and then he's playing on the left. I mean, yeah.
As I said, this man deserved what he got.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. So what are you saying, man? How was Man City looking yesterday then?
Man City, mate, they pressed PSG hard yesterday. I mean, PSG got the opening goal. Well, Messi was involved in that, but that's just about all he done. And a little nutmeg on Sterling, and that was it for the rest of the 90 minutes. That was it. Messi was done. I mean, City, like I said, they pressed and they pressed and they pressed PSG all the way. PSG kept trying to play it out the back. Every time they played out the back, City was on them like a rush. And it was inevitable. The first goal was going to come for City. Sterling poked it away. But the thing is, the one thing that baffs me is, why doesn't Pep start a striker? Why didn't you just start Jesus? Why do you like to play games? You didn't learn your lesson from the Champions League final.
Stubborn done, innit? Yeah,
Stubborn, but it's like he plays Zinchenko up top, and I'm thinking, what? Because I was trying to work out, I was sitting there trying to work out who's up
you know
top.
what? Yes, it's almost comical that this whole thing where Pep just tinkers too much in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? He gets into the Champions League, and it's like he's trying to outthink the other manager, but it's like he just outthinks himself. Do you know what I mean?
That's
He's like,
it.
God, he ain't gonna expect me to put Zinchenko up front.
And this is what I'm saying to you. Pep
You know what I
is
mean?
like, he's in competition with himself, in that competition, because the other manager will just turn up and Pep's trying to outthinking himself, and that's how you end up losing the game. Pep, like, he done that in the Champions League final because the whole game turned when Jesus came on.
Yeah. Yes.
And Jesus went and got the winning goal as well.
Yeah, that's insane, isn't it?
But
Absolutely insane.
watching that game, it makes me see how important. You see, Rodri. Oh my
Yeah.
days, that man he controls the midfield for City.
Yeah, man. So
Different
it
class.
improved mad in from the first season, because the first season he was looking a bit iffy, boy.
Yeah, he's looking at him like, you really better sign this man.
Yeah, man.
But watching him close yesterday, yeah, you can see how important he is to the team. He's like, he controls everything.
Boy. Oh, there we go, innit? There we go. You know what I mean? That's how the English teams are doing in the Champions League. I mean, hold on, is every English team top of the group, innit? At this point, I think they are, innit? You guys are top of the group. Chelsea are top of the group. United are top of the group, surprisingly. You know what I mean? And City are now top of the group with this win over what's it called? Over PSG. So yeah, so looking good for the English teams, boy. You know what I mean? But yeah.
One thing, if you,
Hey, Thiago.
yeah,
Yo,
you will get a chance.
yo, what a goal, boy! What a goal! Oh my days, bro. That's one of them goals. Yeah, I saw it online. Yeah, it's one of them goals. You can't watch that at one time. You have to.
No.
You got to replay that a few times away to really take that in.
It's like
That was a strike.
The ball dipped, and then as it come back up, it just went straight, and that's it.
Yeah, he was
Different
moving mad with that. He was moving mad with that. That was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Then Atletico Madrid lost as well, wasn't it? Lovely.
The bottom of the table, mate.
I don't want to finish. I want him to be in the Europa still. I need him to play on Thursday. Same as Barcelona, boy.
For the extra games.
You know them ones, the extra fixtures, blood. I hope they go for. I hope it's like Atletico Madrid against Barcelona in the Europa League final, bro. That's what I need, bro. I want him to be playing Thursday, bro. Rest of the season, Europa League settings, boy. Come on, let's go.
I think they got a beat. It's either I think it's Milan. No, Porto. I think
they're playing
got
Porto, isn't it? That's quite lucky.
Porto.
Because in the Milan have got you guys, in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Milan are losing that one, and then so they'll probably finish second. They might sneak in. Hopefully they get City or something. Get slapped out. Slapped out.
If we win that last game, that's all 6 games unbeaten. Lovely javelin.
Isn't it? Yeah, man. I think there's only how many teams have won of every game? Must it just be you and Ajax now, isn't it? Liverpool and Ajax. So. Yeah, man. That's mad. The Ajax are doing very well, boy. You know what I mean? Dortmund are looking like they could be in the Europa League. Peak.
Yeah, they're looking shaky.
Peak. You know what I mean? Man, like Sebastian Haller, he's the top scorer in the Champions League right now, isn't it? West Ham's finest. You know, like that.
Imagine.
You know, like that, you know. See what happens when you put someone under proper management and that. So, man.
Could have done with him at the weekend.
You know, you know it, boy. You know it. Anyway, speaking of the weekend, boy, let's move on to the fixtures. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not really that many big games, is it? You know what I mean? Apart from the one big game we should start off with.
Ooh.
Chelsea against Man United. Chelsea on form. Man United that just got clapped 4-1. Got the little 2-0 new manager bounce. I think they're going straight back down to earth in this game. You know?
I think you're right. I don't think
Yeah, I mean, I think Chelsea are going to deal with them differently. Differently. You know what I mean? Because they're going to be so frustrated trying to get past that defense here, and they ain't about to do nothing. I'm thinking it's going to be one of them. It's either going to be like the City game where it was like a 2-0, but you know, like a 2-0 that's embarrassing where you had no hope. You know what I mean? 2-0 or 3-0 for me, man. I can't see them even scoring. I think it's going to be long.
I can possibly see United scoring because I think they will try a bit harder. And I think the players that Carrick will play won't be the same Ollie type of settings. You'll see Van der Beek play. You'll see Sancho out on the right.
Only thing though, Van der Beek started number 10, right? With McFred was still playing. Van der Beek started number 10. He took him off, and then Bruno got an assist. So I don't know if that means that Bruno will be back in there. Whereas I wouldn't have played Van der Beek number 10. I would have played Van der Beek instead of what's he called? McTominay. You know what I mean? But McFred seems to be tattooed on the team sheet for some for some reason, boy. I don't know
You
what's
know,
really good over there.
let Carrot carry on anyway. He end up with the same fate as Oli.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Because then I saw something, I don't know if it's true, that where Carrick and McKenna are saying something about Oli didn't listen to what we said, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, bruv, don't try to chuck man under the bus, bruv. You know what I mean? The guy flopped here, left here. You lot were there, bruv. You know what I mean? You lot stayed. You guys are shameless as well for staying. You know, but yeah, that's another topic, and we won't go into that. But what you're saying, comfortable win, but United are going to score, yeah?
I think United will score. I'll give them a glimmer of hope. Let me just say they'll get a goal.
Nah, this is agendas, isn't it? You want Garrick, you want Garrick to go on a good run, so what's his name? Rio can slap his paper on the table again. Talk about giving him a contract and that.
Give him what he wants. He's at the wheel.
United are back. Muddy club, boy. Muddy club. But yeah.
You know what? If they do somehow win it, please just give him a contract.
Well, he's got to get his badges first, way. So, man.
They're fast tracked it. They're Man United.
Well, they should have done that all these years he's been there. Jesus, man.
Yeah, but they probably never knew they were going to end up in the position that they were in, innit?
Yeah.
It was Oli at the wheel, innit? Everybody was floating with that.
Can you imagine they give the man a new contract in the summer?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oli at the wheel. The GOAT's coming back.
I said the GOAT. Peak. What else have you got? What are the big-ish games have you got? Other than that, there's no real big games, I mean, Man City, West Ham. West Ham will be looking to bounce back, but boy.
Do you know what? City sometimes hit and miss because I think if they had that out and out striker, I think if that Kane deal had gone in, I think the table would look a lot different as it is right now.
Yeah.
But it all depends what type of West Ham turn out, and then again, it depends on what type of Pep team turns up and what team Pep puts out is the question.
I think it's going to be a tough game though, because West Ham losing 1-0 against Wolves was a little bit of a surprise. I'm sure they'll be wanting to bounce back from that.
Do you know what? Especially with West Ham beating Liverpool the week before, to go and lose that to Wolves, they let themselves down there.
Exactly, right? But it is what it is, boy. Then we got Leicester, Watford, you know what I mean, high off of
Their chest is big right now.
You know what I mean? Chest must be a high. Chest must be. But apparently, I think they've only won 3 games, and all games they've won, they've scored 4 goals. I think there's a mad stat like that, because I think they beat Everton 4-1 as well. Another team they scored 4. It's a bit wild. But they're playing against Leicester. Brendan Rodgers, he's another one in trouble, man.
Mate, this team is diabolical right now.
You know, because Brendan Rodgers, this is normally what happens at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Not at the beginning of the season. But he's starting off the way he ends seasons. This is wild. Like, they're absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible at the moment. But I think this is another one. If they lose this one, I think he might be out the door,
I think he'll be the next one. He'll be the next one to go if he don't start turning them results around. But the thing is, you see the thing is with Watford, if they can play like how they played against United, they should be okay.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. They're playing some good football.
Some good goals as well.
Yeah, well, so you guys go what? Southampton at home? Nah, you should be all right with that, boy. You know what I mean?
Well,
who's that young kid that played on the weekend and played again?
Oh, Tyler Morton, I think his name is.
What's he saying?
I haven't seen too much of him, but he's looking like a decent midfielder. I won't say too much to you yet. You just have to wait and see. It's only been 2 games.
You're jumping on the next Gerrard hype now.
No. There's only one Gerrard.
Not yet, yeah, not yet.
Yeah, there's only one Gerrard.
We got a tough game, but we got Aston Villa. Aston Villa at home. That one's a proper 50-50, that one, boy. That can go either way. That can go either way.
Gerrard in charge. Come on, Gerrard.
I mean, Gerrard against Vieira. Come on. Do you know what I mean? Huh? These are some of the greatest midfielders, boy.
I know, them old school battles, boy.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, then we go Arsenal. Arsenal against Newcastle after Arsenal got humbled.
Arsenal got humbled. Look, Arsenal were dispatching teams that they were meant to be dispatching.
When they
It
got
just shows you
gassed.
that they're not up to this. They're not up to speed yet. They're not ready for the upper echelon yet.
I said the upper echelons. Yo, that Tavares boy, he needs to go
Hey,
back on the bench, bro. What's he doing, fam? Are you doing a no-look pass towards your own goal?
the assist was beautiful.
Hey, that was wild. That was absolutely wild. And he made a couple of mistakes before that as well, before that little pass back that he
Do you
done.
know what? I don't blame him. Do
I
you know
said I
if
don't
it's
blame you.
nah? You know what? If anybody's to blame, it's the little man on the side, which is the manager Arteta. Because until you tried to amp up to Klopp, your team was in the game. You made that one silly mistake, and that game just got turned on its head,
He
and
just
that's what you got.
pumped the crowd for no reason.
Exactly.
Pumped the crowd, pumped the players. I mean, Klopp was all amped up. As soon as that little fight happened, I was like, oh yeah, okay, here we go. But then again, I mean, I saw a thing like where like their last the last 6 results, it's like 3-1s, 4-0s,
Yeah,
3-1s. Like
we
it's
scored
just
22 goals against them in the last 6 games.
okay.
Standard
Yeah, yeah,
procedure, bro. I'll be
yeah,
honest.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, peak times. One thing though. I mean, boy. I mean, I wouldn't expect Arsenal to do anything at Anfield, but come on and put up a better fight, man. Especially when their results have been built on a so-called solid defensive foundation. To then
Mm.
just go there and capitulate, like old Arsenal. Yeah, it's a bit peak. But at the end of the day, it's Arsenal. So if Arsenal beat all the teams that they should beat, they'll be in with a shot to finish top 6. You know what I
To
mean?
be to
Because
be
you're not
honest,
facing Liverpool every week. You
to
know what I
be
mean?
honest
Most of
with
your
you,
games are against teams you should beat. So
the
there
thing the
you go.
things with Arsenal, Aubameyang, like I said, they need to be sold because neither one of them are up to scratch. You're better off playing Saka up top and trying to work something because
He was a ghost, though, Saka, man.
do you know what? He's a ghost, but then it's even worse when you look at Aubameyang and Lacazette. They done nothing.
Let's just play Pepe, bro. Vibes. I mean, put Pepe on for the vibes. At least he would do a skill or something, man. So, man, I can't even see them on the pitch, like you said. It's just, yeah. And then that guy, what's his name? Odegaard. Oh, my God. I mean, call it an agenda, but oh, Lord, bro. He looks terrible. Terrible. This is what you moved to Arsenal for, bro, to be on the bench. I'd rather be at the bench in Madrid, bro, than to be benching here at Arsenal.
Oh, mate.
Waste, man. Absolute waste, man.
But I will big up Diogo Jota as well. He left £100 million worth of players in a heap for your goal.
It's that last fake shot right at the end. That Dan Ramsey boy, that was so funny. Oh my
Do you know what?
days.
If it wasn't for Ramsdale, is a very good goal. If it wasn't for him, that
Oh
scoreline
yeah,
would have
big,
been wild.
big, absolutely big, man. Absolutely
That's
big,
one
yeah.
thing I do take my hat off. Ramsdale, you had an outstanding game and you conceded 4 goals. If it wasn't for you, that scoreline would have been a lot worse.
He's already their player of the season.
100%.
You know what I
100%.
mean, he's
I
already the
ain't
player
gonna
of the
lie, I
season.
was one of them man when he first signed. I was thinking, why did you lot sign him? I
Yeah,
said you was better off keeping Martinez, but you know what? I'll take my hats off. You was right. He's a good sign.
yeah, man.
Good sign.
And then their opponents, what Newcastle, new manager hype. I mean,
What did that? 3-3 draw with Brentford.
3-3 draw. I mean, at least they're scoring. I mean,
They should have won
that's
that game though.
yeah, that's what their fans. Brentford as well. We'll talk about it on the next pod, yeah. But they might have falling off a cliff, bro. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Everyone's getting gassed on them, yeah, bro. You lost to Norwich, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you
three
should have
four.
lost this game. Yeah. They need to fix up quick because this is will be like. Remember when Howe back in the day when Howe came up, yeah, and he was looking like, oh yeah, Howe could do a thing, and then he got relegated. Do you know what I mean? That same season, bro. Do you know what I mean? The early season hype, yeah, to relegation. It can happen, it's peak. Absolutely peak. But yeah, man, Newcastle, they've got a lot of work to do, man. A lot of work to do. Otherwise,
they
they'll be
they're gonna
throwing
have
that
to have
money in the championship.
a big January, and they're gonna have to, not big, but they're gonna have to spend wisely and get the correct players in. Someone that's just gonna come in and gel straight away. They ain't got the time to give man 5-6 games to gel. You need to come in and bang straight away.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, man, I think that's pretty much it, man. In terms of the games that are worth talking about, the rest of them, yeah, it's a bit dead to be honest. It's a bit dead, unless if it's like you know what I mean, Burnley beat Tottenham or something, you know, because Tottenham, boy, it's looking a bit peak right now. You know, they man are losing to unknowns. Yeah, it's long. It's absolutely long. But anyway, we move, boy. But yeah, anyway, guys, you know, if you enjoyed the stream, make sure you share, like, subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment and all that good stuff. And we'll catch you again later.
Later. Oh, no, bye.